handouts today about what tree you're born under. We'll get into that during the lecture, but I want you to have that. So no, one lady said that her birthday wasn't on there, so maybe you weren't born under a tree, dear. In spiritualism, what we actually have to understand in our lives as spiritualists, we're actually brought into this religion either through family, through we're caused to be here. I think pulls us into this vibration. Well, we bring all of our little luggage with us. We do through our lives, through what actually has some kind of meaning to us. And my guide, Lucerne, actually told me that every one of us when we picked our existence on this earth plane, we picked a tree to be near, a vibration. And so life is a lot like a tree because you're born at the base of the tree with the root systems and everything else that goes out from the tree. So whatever you're born into is what you start to be nurtured from. You start to feed from that. That's what feeds from the ground into the base of the tree, that's what you start to learn at the beginning of your life. So whatever your parents are going through, whatever's going on with family, whatever's going on around you at that point, you start to propel that within your being. That's what you chose to be. And as you make your journey up the trunk of the tree, mostly trees, you have a little bit of a distance before branches start to come out from the tree. Sometimes branches come out and towards the base of the tree, but sometimes that causes people to either be adopted, parents die, situations happen, have to go off on a different journey. But most of the time we have that journey going up the tree, which actually we start learning from relatives, from people at school, from different things in our lives. And then the branches start coming out. Then we have to pick our journey. We have to pick it. Sometimes we allow parents, people in our lives, to pick our journey for us. We decide that they know best for us. So we decide to go off in that direction. Sometimes we get out on a limb, we hope that that limb's going to hold us, not knowing that the limb is rotted, that it falls to the ground. Then we get all upset because our life isn't working, because now it's falling apart. We have to realize in spiritualism we're taught so much. We're given so much information. But then, through that information, it's picking and choosing what you feed the tree. It's like biting an apple. You might eat the whole apple, but you might make yourself sick. But take the one bite out of the apple and savor the bite. Don't just eat the whole thing and say, oh, I gotta have this. Find what works for you, what fits the vibration for you. When we teach spiritualism, we teach, who am I? It's part of the curriculum. We're national and different things. Who am I? Who am I? I want to say, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with this? That's what we should be asking ourselves. In moments in our lives, why are we standing here? Not because we've gone, why are we here? There's a reason why you're at a particular part of your life. Whether through career, choices, relationships, people, situations, you are there for a reason. And people look at things and go, well, is this supposed to happen? Sometimes if we just stop completely on the path, you won't get run over, nobody's going to run you down, but stop on the path and look before you venture forward. Maybe unload some stuff before you get too far up the path. Because the trunk of the tree is the base of where the path is that you should follow. All we're trying to do is get from the base of the tree to the very top of the tree so we can get the view. That's what we're looking for. Okay, to get all the way to the top of the tree so we can get the view of where we are. Most of it gets stuck in the middle of the tree and we never move any further. We stay there. We don't move. We don't change our life. We stay in that situation because our parents were Christians. Our parents were Presbyterians. Our parents were this. Our parents were that. So we stay within that religion even though it doesn't fit us, even though it doesn't quite connect to us. So we have to realize that sometimes we're born in families, not of families. Sometimes we might have picked a tree, but But sometimes the tree was only needed in our life for a short period in our life before we move to somewhere else. So don't trust yourself that you say, oh, Lewis, it's not working. Then ask yourself, why? Why? Why aren't you where you need to be? Is there something you have to unload, something you have to get rid of in your life? You have to ask yourself that. Don't just keep going down. I tell people, it's the whole vibration. Most people are standing at the screen door, beating their head against the screen door, trying to push the door open. It's only when they step away do they notice that the door says pull. Never said push. So we need that time to step away from the door, step away from the vibration. And then things, because you can be born on a majestic oak, a towering pine, a weeping willow, different types of trees. Different trees have different meanings. They have different vibration, different meanings of what tree you're born under. Because you picked your birthday, you picked when you were supposed to be born on this earth plane, you picked that. Consciously from the other side, you stood on the other side, took a look at the earth plane and go, I want to be born then. I want you guys to come down with me. And you handpicked them as they followed you down to the earth plane. All the instruction book was tucked in your pocket. But as you made your journey down, you lost your jacket. And you got here. And you have no idea why you came here, but you know you're here now. But it's that subconscious situation within your life, the cause and effect. Your thoughts are the cause of things. It's what you're thinking, what you're putting in the vibration. Your subconscious is the effect of what happens. What you truly believe in your life is what's going to appear ahead of you. If your subconscious is telling you this one thing, and your other vibrations going, no, the subconscious kind of wins until the thought situation gets under control. It's all natural law through law of attraction, law of gratitude, law of love, law of cause and effect. All these laws have to come into effect to actually bring something into your life. You just can't deal with the law of attraction because you have to get other things under control. You just can't say, I want that. You have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for what you already have. You have to love who you are. Love your position, your vibration within your life. You've got to kind of change your thoughts in that direction of what, if you really want something, start focusing your thoughts or the affirmations, situations in your life to put you in that direction. What are you thinking? And most people don't know what they're thinking. And I tell people the best thing in your vibration to do is go home, get quiet. Out loud, say what you would like to have in your life. Close your eyes and listen. What is your inner being telling you? If you say, well, I wish I had some money, and then your inner being goes, oh God, you're broke, you'll never have nothing. That is the voice you have to change. You have to work on changing that. When people tell themselves they want to be healthy out loud, but inwardly they're going, oh, I know that doctor said I was going to be dead in weeks. Oh, Jesus, I'm leaving here. I'm heading off. The question is we have to quiet that voice. That's through the affirmations. That's working with yourself, telling yourself what you expect in your life. Why are you here? You're always here for a reason. People are here for a reason. You're not flying through this earth plane, haphazardly through this earth plane and hoping to God you make it out safely. You're here for a reason, either for your spiritual growth in your own vibration or for the universal consciousness. You might have most of the life lessons in your lifetime because it's somebody else's life lessons and you decided to be mama bird. You're going to go help them. So you got to remember, a lot of the things happen in your life are because you decided when you got here to cross paths with these individuals, to get them to where they needed to be, to get them there. But it doesn't mean you have to take the rough road. It doesn't mean you have to beat yourself up trying to get there. You take the road that works for you, that fits the vibration for you. That's the coincidence. Things appear in your life, things getting your attention. If everything in your life tells you that you should be doing this, you go, I ain't doing that. Well, your guides are trying to point you to a path. They're doing very repetitious stuff to get you to a path. If your guides are getting you there and you don't want to go there, then you might be crawling up the mountain. You might be doing something else. That doesn't make your life as positive as it should be. Remember, most people in this vibration they would like relationships. They like somebody in their life. Get an idea in your life, what you would like to have in your life. Get a pretty good of an idea of what you would like to have. And pretty much stay with that. If you like that or better. Don't settle for somebody just to come into the vibration, drag all their luggage in the vibration, and you spend 20, 30 years trying to sort through their luggage. There's no sense of that. Tell them what you're looking. I always teach people, very simple with women, your whole thought in your life should be, you want somebody in your life to get in the car, buckle their seatbelt, keep their mouth shut, and keep their hands off the dash. Let you drive for a while. You just want to make sure that they're going to be able to take orders. That's all. So once you understand that they can take orders, then you know that you can train them. Say, if they can't take orders, you can't train them. Then you have a little bit of issue trying to get them to get to where they need to be. We allow ourselves to take things on in our lives and decide that maybe that's our cross to bear, that's our situations to bear. Sure, when we're at the base of the tree, we have to deal with family issues, family situations. We have to go through all this drama which is in the family tree. We can't get away unless we run away. We're too young to run away, so we're stuck there with these people that we picked in our lives until we get to a point of decisions within our lives. But we're stuck there. But it doesn't mean you have to eat the whole apple. Because if you do, then you're sitting there in that vibration. Maybe it's something else that you need to look at. Maybe something else needs to appear in your life for you. Even as you get older in your life, well, when we get past a certain age in our life, we're not looking behind us because we're not looking there anymore because we can't change it, can't fix it. We're looking to where we're going. And most of us at my age, I'm in my late 60s now, I'm looking at where I'm going to be in the spirit side of life. At one point, I want to be ending up in the spirit side of life. So, where am I going? When you deal with people that are passing to the spirit world, it's what they believe at the end of their lives. It's what they believe that they deserve or what they are supposed to have at the end of their lives. If you don't believe that you're going to get somewhere in the spirit world, you might not see that right away. You might get stuck in tires when you're supposed to be over in the jewelry section of the store. Get an idea of where you feel like you would like to be in the spirit world. You have to, I always believe, I know spiritualists, a lot of spiritualists don't believe in past lives, different things in person's lives. But you've been as good as you've been bad. You've had some miraculous lifetimes. You've had some awesome lifetimes. And those lifetimes are embedded within yourselves. And you can call upon that. You can call upon that energy from past lives, incarnations. When I was real sick when I was young, I had a master teacher that I was going to see. My mother would take me to him. And he looked at me one day, he goes, "Louis, in a past life, you were extremely healthy. You were extremely wealthy. You had beautiful relationships and beautiful people who helped you. You can call upon that in your life." And I always remember that I can always call upon that. Even though what's going on in this lifetime, I can call upon that energy from a past life to help and encourage this one. So you have to ask yourself, if you're someplace where you are at this point in your life, are you happy? Are you happy where you're at? If you're not, then start addressing your guides, your higher self. It's what you're telling yourself, what you're thinking right now. What you're thinking right now will manifest yourself in your life 3 weeks from now. It'll manifest one way or the other. It'll come in your vibration. It's what you continually start thinking about in your life. If you continue to think about it, it starts to manifest within your life. When I teach mediumship, I explain to people, don't get into some kind of habit. You get in a habit, it's kind of hard to break the habit. Once you start a habit doing your mediumship or healing or whatever modality you do, if you get into a habit of doing something, it's awful hard to break it once it becomes seated within your vibration. That's when you start telling yourself negative stuff or start telling yourself stuff that doesn't matter to you. It starts to take seed. It starts to take root. Those are those little suckling things coming off the tree that doesn't do anything for the tree but take energy from the tree. So don't allow your tree to be diseased and stuff going on with it. Allow your tree to be towering, beautiful. And know that you deserve that. Remember that. You deserve that vibration of where you are. Spiritualists, we believe that there is no death. There's only life. We believe we communicate with the so-called dead. We believe in all this stuff. We believe in healing. We believe that we have the vibration of healing. We believe in all this stuff. We have that knowledge of that. But sure, we can say, I believe. But you have to truly believe to understand that for it to come to fruition. Not any of you, even me, I've been in this religion most of my life. I don't take all the precepts of situations of this religion to heart. I take what is needed, that I need for me on my journey. One size doesn't fit all. Remember that. One size doesn't tell like, oh my God, this is it, do this is it. That's not it. One size does not fit all. So when you're doing the work, when you're doing this stuff, figure out what actually manifests itself within your life. What makes you better at who you are? Not better because you can be like someone else. I used to love it when I teach classes somewhere in a large event. They go, oh, I want to read like John Edwards. Well, you're not John Edwards. How are you going to read like John Edwards? Oh, I want to heal. I want to heal like so-and-so. I go, ooh, maybe you're not going to heal like that person. You have to, what benefits, what radiates within you. The power within you is going to radiate out from you. And it's going to draw into your life the people that you're supposed to see or have some kind of connection to. That's what that power does. It doesn't, if you allow some negative power to go out from you, then you're going to probably attract negative people, situations going on around you that probably are not working out well for you. Tell your guides, Anita, a friend I know, she says, have a come to Jesus moment with your guides. Every once in a while. Sit down and we're going to have a discussion. Because sometimes guides think you want this direction. They want you in this direction. If you're climbing out on a limb of the tree and you hear a cracking going on in the limb, back up and go back to the trunk. Don't keep venturing out on the limb because it might not work for you. If it doesn't work, I tell people, give it a couple of weeks. It should work. Something should fall into place. Something should click. It's just like a mediumship reading. I give you a mediumship reading. I give you 5 minutes. I should touch base with you in 5 minutes. Give you some kind of information that gives you a contact of what I'm talking about. Within 5 minutes, if I haven't talked to you, it's not working between us. I love it when people say, well, listen, I'm going to read it. I said, really? Great, awesome. I started doing readings in this, and I'm going to get a little bit of my age. I started doing readings for $3 for 30 minutes. They're not $3 anymore. So, the question is understanding, because you're giving up your energy, which money is energy, to someone to give you energy back that's going to benefit you. What you're doing. Same thing with healing. You give a donation, you expect some kind of healing back. If you lay on my table and I just slap you with a wet towel and tell you to get out, you're not going to enjoy the journey and the healing at all. That's not going to work for you. So feel what works for you, what fits you. Most of us can have that connection to spirit. We have that connection to spirit if we give it to work. We understand how much work we need to put into it. We have to give it the work. There's a movie out with Cynthia Tyson. It's called the Prayer Room. I think the War Room or the Prayer Room. I think it's the War Room. An awesome movie. If you could have just a space in your home where you put all your little stuff out, you just looked at it, you meditated, you set the energy, that'd be an awesome space. Have a little room where you can have your own little personal power. Power room for you. There you could start adjusting the power within your life. that works. It just fits the vibration. I have a little space in my home that's my power room. That's where I go to meditate. That's where I go to speak to spirits. It's where I go to raise the power, raise the energy in that space. Find the space, your vibration, till you get pretty much used to it, that you carry the space with you. When you do mediumship or you connect to spirit, each one of you at some point in your life, at some point, you should get yourself a stone that radiates to you. Radiates to you. It should radiate. It's whatever stone it is, whether it's crystals, whether it's jasper, I don't care what kind of stone you pick up, but it should radiate to you. And use that stone, that vibrational stone, whatever event you want in your life. You want to be you want to feel spirits, you want to work your meditation, and put that stone in your meditative space. If you're a professional healer and you do healing, every time you do healing, take the stone with you and put it in your pocket. That stone will take on the energy of wherever you're putting into it. Then when you're away from your home, when you're not meditating in your personal spot, in your easy boy chair, you can take that stone with you and meditate anywhere because you bring the energy with you. You bring it with you. So bring your energy with you as you climb up this tree. What is the power within your vibration? I want to make people understand that spiritualism is not this way of life for everyone. It's not. It is a roadmap with many paths of how to get there. It is not just one direct route for everyone's rushing down a route, running over everyone, trying to get to the sunflower. Some of us are off in the woods trying to find the wild sunflowers. We're not ready to go down that one path, but we're really looking for something that we need for us. So when you follow this path, when you follow this journey in your life, allow yourself to believe that you deserve it. That's the big thing in this lifetime. I've noticed when I do readings, people do not believe that they deserve it. They don't deserve to be healthy. They don't deserve to be happy. They don't deserve to have a relationship. They don't deserve money either. They just need to be broke, poor, and crazy. And some people believe that. They're just like, I'm not going to get that. But you have to change that thought. Because everything is enough in the spirit world. When they taught the secret, the law of attraction, all these things in our lives, when people taught that if you ask for it, you will receive it. But you have to be able to receive it. They could take you to the store and say, open the door, it's there. And you walk right past the door. You have to be able to receive the healing. When I do healing, if I'm doing healing in a massive church and I'm doing healing, and somebody doesn't want the healing, I don't just go to somebody else that needs it. It'll just venture off somewhere in the audience to somebody that needs it. Never gets wasted, it just goes somewhere. It goes to help someone else. So you're not wasting energy, you're not propelling energy into wasteful energy, but try to find your passion. Why are you here? Is a question you should ask yourself. We're all here for a reason. There's got to be a reason why you're here. Maybe you're here for your mate. Maybe you're here for your kids. But once your kids get grown, once your mate possibly goes back to the spirit world, what are you going to do now? If you were just here for them, what do you want to do now? That's what you have to ask yourself. If you're living somewhere right now, for other people, if everybody moved away, what are you going to do now? You were there for them, now they've left. What are you going to do? You have to start talking to your guides and telling them what you expect. Having that moment with your guides every day, just to kind of readdress what's going on in your life. Trust that you're making the right decisions. If it doesn't work out, well, maybe it was somebody else's life lesson. Maybe you were part of the universal energy. Maybe you were just trying to help a group of individuals that doesn't work out well for you. Move past it. Stop. I love people when they'll get something, they'll write down their little wishes, their little thing, and they'll put it on their little lighted altar, they'll do the hoo 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 hoo. And every day they'll walk past the altar and do this. What you do with the thing is you ask your guides for it and let it go. You let it go. By writing the word to Spirit, Spirit overshadows you and sees it. By folding it towards you, you personally accept it. And by throwing it away, you want them to go get it today, right now. Go find this one. Then you watch. If you're always putting it somewhere to look at it, you're always looking for it somewhere in the future. You might be dead before that happens. You'd be sitting on the other side, people over in your little shop going, oh, you got a lot of stuff over here. Get in here. Most of us, we get a certain age, we get past 50, we need to have a going out of business sale. Let's clear the building. Let's spend all the money we got. Because we're probably not coming back to this lifetime, so might as well just enjoy ourselves for the rest of our lives. Why suffer through? I always remember that. Why suffer? We're not supposed to be here to suffer. We're supposed to be here to blossom. We're supposed to be here to be uplifted within our own vibration and to others. And I've always told my guide, Jeff, he always told me years ago, he said, Louis, you left a village on the other side. Those village people, you sat out there, the village people got. But you, before you entered this earth plane, you sat with them and had a discussion with them. And they placed a candle in the window there in that village. And you came to the earth plane. Now, when you leave this earth plane, you will see that light, that candle, from that candle that was lit when you left that space. You will go back to that space to explain where you've been. Your little review of your life. Tell you where you've been, what has happened, so you inform the village of what happened in your life, so they can get knowledge from what happened in your auric field. Then you can always change villages. Like right now, you could change your tree. Maybe you're under an old tree that's all rotted and ready to fall down. Move to a different tree. Maybe your family completely crazy and you ran out of medication. Move to a different tree. Doesn't mean you can cure the ills of the world here. Move to a different tree. If your job doesn't work for you, it doesn't fit for you, you don't have to quit your job.